Hello everybody, how are you, fellow ukulele players? This is a little tutorial video on how to tune your brand new ukulele. So I've got two ukuleles with me at the moment. Two guys. This one is in tune. And it sounds very nice. Very nice. This ukulele, though, does not sound good at all. This is probably what your ukulele sounds like right now if you've just taken it out of the box. So, how do we get from that bad sound to this nice, pretty sound? So, the first thing you want to do when you take out your ukulele is want to get out the tuner that came with the ukulele, or maybe you bought it separately. This is the one that I have. Might look very similar to yours. There's a little power button on the back. Obviously, if it's not working, make sure you put in the battery first. That way, obviously, that will help. So, in order to tune the ukulele, this is sort of the key for it, all right? Now you'll notice, at least with mine, if you push the button on the back lightly over and over, you'll see how it's changing the words underneath, because this ukulele tuner is actually not just for ukuleles, it's for any stringed instrument. So you can put this on a guitar, you can put this on a violin, you can put it on a banjo. It'd be able to tune it. So the first thing we want to do is set the tuner for ukulele, because this is what we're tuning. So you want to just keep pushing the button. I saw a guitar, I saw bass. Now it says ukulele, which is short for ukulele. So we've got it set on the ukulele. First thing you want to do, it's like a pinch tuner thing. So you pinch and you put it on the headstock. This is the top of the ukulele here. This is what it's called, the headstock. Grab it like sort of your teeth, and then you let it clamp down on the headstock of the ukulele, just like that. There we go. And it's on. Beautiful. Now, the strings of the ukulele need to be tuned to particular pitches. You may ask what a pitch is. Pitch is just sound. It's a sound of a definitive frequency, okay? Because that's what sound is frequency vibrations moving through the air, then our ears receive them, our brain interprets them, and that's a very shortened version of what a pitch is. But pitches have higher frequencies or lower frequencies. The higher the pitch, all the way up here, that's a higher frequency than this one. So, the strings of the ukulele, in order to sound nice and pretty like this, all right, and to play it properly, they need to be tuned to particular pitches. So, the very top string of the ukulele, the one closest to the ceiling. If you're right-handed, this is how you'll be playing it. Okay, you'll sort of have your left hand holding the neck. This is the neck of the ukulele. All right, and then for right now I'm not sitting down, so I'm just using my right hand to kind of, my forearm to kind of hold it up against my chest here. So sort of holding it like that. This very first string, the one closest to the ceiling, needs to be tuned to G. I don't know if you can see it on the screen here, but it's basically in tune. It's flashing green, that's always a good sign, and it's the note G. Right below that is the note C, and it's pretty in tune. Right below that one, it's the note E. Right below that one, the last one, closest to the floor, it's the note A. So, the strings on the ukulele, when in tune, from ceiling to floor, are G, C, E, A. There we go. That's it. Now this one's in tune. Now it's in tune, we can play chords. Chords are basically a definition for playing more than one string, one note at the same time. So this is just playing a note, and note is basically the same as pitch, but a chord is when you combine multiple pitches at the same time to produce this nice sound. This is a chord. So, with our ukuleles though that just came out of the box, they're not ready for that. We gotta tune them. So let's put down this nice sounding ukulele and pick up this very bad sounding ukulele. So the reason why it sounds so bad right now is that there's no tension really on these strings. It's very loose. You'll feel each string is very loose. They do that because when it's shipping, they don't want the strings to snap when they're being shipped. So they don't tune them, they don't put any tension in them at all. That's what we have to do. So we take our tuner, hopefully it's still on and set to ukulele. We clip it onto the headstock here, right? And then next to the headstock, you see you've got what these are called 4 tuning pegs. Each one is for each string of the ukulele. This is what we're going to turn in order to tune the string. So the best way to go about it, kind of, is if you're, sorry, I'll stand back a little bit here. You can sort of hold it almost like this, with the body of the ukulele sort of against your stomach, your chest, here. And then you can use your thumb to strum the string. And then what are you going to do to raise the pitch? Because right now, these strings are very loose. They need to be tightened. So in order to raise the pitch, to get it to this first one, right, that's supposed to be G, we need to tighten the string more. So you'll notice, right now I'm working on this very first peg. And you'll notice with this, if I turn it towards me, you'll hear that? It's getting lower and lower. We don't want that, right? We want it to get higher. We want to make this tighter. So what we do to tighten it, we turn the peg away from us until we're at the note G. So you'll hear it. You'll see your ukulele tuner making a lot of weird flashes. It'll be going through different notes. It'll say C, it will say E, number 2. It's getting closer. What we want is G. Getting there, and you want to turn away from you, but you notice how I'm doing it? I'm doing it very softly. I'm not just ratcheting it. I'm just doing it very gently. You don't want to do it too fast or you'll break the string. So keep going, keep going. You'll hear the pitch getting higher and higher. So I do a little turn, then I test it. You see I'm strumming it just with my thumb here. Keep going. Now we're getting close. You'll notice here it went away. Hopefully you can see that. But you'll see something that says G. We're getting close. Once it hits the very middle of the gauge, basically, and flashes green, as it's doing right now, hopefully this can be picked up here, you're at the right string. This is what G should sound like. Okay? Now it's going to take a little while, and it's going to take little sort of finessing turns to do it. And if you go too far, it will go past G. It will no longer be green. So then, if you go too far, you just turn the peg towards you to lower the pitch. So here we are. We're at G. Now we have to do the next one. This one is supposed to be C. So same deal. Sort of holding it like this. I'm going to turn this next peg here that corresponds to this string that I'm strumming, which is supposed to be the note C. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to turn the peg away from me. You're going to see G, you're going to see A on your tuner probably, and then you'll see C. We'll say the number 3 probably in C. And the same thing, you want to wait for it to get right, the gauge to be sort of right in the middle. And it's okay if it goes away, as long as it flashes green once, you're good. All right? Now, we got these 2 pegs taken care of. These top 2 strings are pretty good. Again, in the very beginning, it's gonna take a while for the strings to get used to that tension, okay? But it will stay there eventually. But when it's brand new, you're gonna have to keep on sort of retuning it. But that's pretty good. G and C are good. The bottom 2 ones, E and A, these 2 guys, a little bit different with how you tune them. But these, okay, let's start with the next one here, which is supposed to be the E string. You grab this peg, and to raise the pitch, to increase the tension, you turn the peg towards you, not away from you, to raise the pitch. And you'll hear it as turning the peg towards me. The pitch is getting higher. It's going to go past C, and right after C, you're going to get the next one, which is E, which is the one you want. Almost there. Almost there. Just a little bit. Just keep going. And then you'll see it flashing green. There we go. Now this last one, the one closest to the floor, it's supposed to be A. Same thing, you grab that last peg here, right, this one right here, and you're going to raise the pitch, you're going to turn the peg towards you. And you'll hear the pitch getting higher, you'll feel the tension. And you want to keep going. This is going to be the highest of all the pitches on your ukulele. It's going to go past E, it's going to go past G, and then you're going to hit A. Almost there, go past G, keep going. If you see G, you keep going, keep turning, and then you'll eventually get to A, and you want to go right there in the middle of that gauge, flash green, and pretty good. You see, it's close. I gotta do one more last tune-up here before I start playing. So same thing, with the top 2 pegs, it's the opposite. To raise the pitch, you turn away from you. And again, because this is brand new, it's not used to this tension, so I have to sort of remind the string of where it's supposed to be. So same thing, I gotta raise C a little bit. E, remember these bottom 2 pegs? It's the opposite. To raise the pitch, you bring it towards you. And you'll hear that. You'll turn that peg towards you. Okay? And there we go. We got it. There you go. Again, when it's brand new, you'll have to tune it a lot so it gets used to it, all right? But this is a great way to get started with it. And then next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna learn some cool chords and we're gonna start learning songs. Please let me know if you have any questions. Good luck.